DC the beat man.
So epic. I'm glad you share my agenda on that one. You know, a lot of people are impatient. One man though who has been pretty patient, Geno Smith. What do you think the Seahawks should do? Because, you know, again, you are on record for saying that they were going to tank. And I can't be mad at you because I didn't expect too much out of the Seahawks. I had Lockett and DK Metcalf, but I was a little worried on my fantasy team. I'm like, Geno cool, but Geno is still Geno. So now that Geno's played well, you know, he's had a solid season. Now, he played against my Panthers and got that ass waxed. But, like, you know, he still had a solid season. Would you pay Geno the big bucks going forward? And if so, how many years would you give him?
I would say this. Right now, the Seahawks have the third pick because the Broncos are how they're playing. They have the potential to get a quarterback in the draft. So that's that. I mean, just, you know, the Seahawks can't foresee that unless they knew the type of quarterback that Russell Wilson is. But, you know, I'm not going to, you know, rain on, you know, throw dirt on him. I'm not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, you know, he's in a new system, new staff.
Give him time.
Give him time. Right. So I'm not going to rain on, you know, on Russell Wilson. But in regards to Geno, would I pay him? I think he's earned an opportunity. I would probably give him, re-sign him to a 2-year deal. I would most likely bring in a young quarterback, a Caleb Williams, a Bryce Young. I would personally allow them to grow, you know, allow them to sit behind someone, not because they need to, but just because, okay, allow them to learn the NFL. A lot of quarterbacks can come in and play right away, and that's cool. But some players need development, like a Mahomes. He sat a year behind, you know, Alex Smith, and look at how he's doing. Yeah. You need to play right away. I don't think you need to play right away. I think the Seahawks have proven that. I think that they can build up a team. They've done it before. I don't see why they can't do it again. Personally, I would definitely grab a quarterback in the draft.
Okay.
Not to discredit or dismiss what Geno is doing, but, you know, it's just, you know, where's the ceiling, right? Where's the ceiling? And I think a younger guy in the right system, allowing the team to build and grow, you know, to buy in, I think will be more successful. I think Geno could be one of those guys where he could be a bridge quarterback. I think that's more or less his role. I mean, he's having a good year. He's having a really good year. But would I pay him big bucks? Like, I was listening to an analyst, I forgot who it was, and they said for a quarterback to pop 10 years after being in the league and pay him big money is tough. I mean, that's tough. I mean, Geno's in his 30s.
This time, man.
Yeah.
I had to double check. Geno's 32. So now
he's 32.
That window that you're talking about, that 2-year window, I could see that. It doesn't dip too much into the cap. And then if he gets injured within that time span, okay, well, you do have Bryce Young to kind of, I guess, quote unquote, throw into the fire and hopefully develop him up. I mean, we've seen the Seahawks protect Geno relatively well. So I think he'll be okay with that. Plus, you still have DK and Tyler Lockett. So I could see that. It's in a little tricky situation, and I think it also depends too on how much Geno wants as well. Should Geno, like, what would you think it would be outpricing Geno? Like Geno, well, what would be outpricing himself?
I don't know how much he's making now. I mean, I would probably give him $10 million over 2 years. Well, I guess 20 over 2, so 10 a year.
Okay.
10 a year. I think 10 million is solid money. I think that's solid money. I mean, like I said, I take it. I can't. Yeah, I mean, I can't fully invest in Geno. I don't think 10/2 will hurt your salary cap as well if he doesn't pan out to be, what you need him to be. You still have a young quarterback who is not getting that top dollar money yet if you draft a QB. So the financial aspect to it, I would probably give him 2 years, 20 mil. 2 years, 20 mil. Give him a full season to play and things like that as he's doing again this year. Allow my young guy to develop. No matter if the team is doing good or doing bad, I don't care. I want my young guy to develop. I want him to wait, play preseason, because that's the guy who I want to fully take over the reins. And then that final year, somebody, if our young guy is ready, put him in. Trade Geno for a 5th, 6th round pick. Let him be a bridge quarterback elsewhere on a different team while our young guys are ready to play. That's probably what I would do if I was a GM. Which I probably need to go apply for some jobs, man. I need to go apply for some jobs. I thought I would do a great job. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah.
I'm looking at it, and they're saying a range of 24 mil to 38.4 mil. So that'll be interesting to see for 2023 salary range. So if
for 1 year making $38 million,
you said what?
He's about 1 year make $38 million.
I'm assuming so. Like,
oh no, he got to go then.
But they had it in the range though, because it's based on his performance too. So I'm like, all right, well, if that's the case,
I don't know if I can, because I wouldn't say Geno will have a quote unquote sophomore slump in year 11 next year. But I got to factor in he might have a slump next year. I got to factor in teams figuring him out. I got to factor that in,
But you got Lockett and Metcalf too, though. Yeah, you have a really talented squad. Even the tight end, I'm forgetting.
The running back, the running back leads the NFL in rushing as well. So we can't dismiss or discredit the run game. Their running back leads the NFL in rushing, which
solid run game too, and their defense,
which helps. Yeah, which helps.
So he's a game manager.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I would, but. You know who the perfect quarterback is to do that? Bryce Young. Bryce Young is by far probably the best game manager coming out the draft right now. He has the ability to do that.
Is it Bryce Young, or is it you trade that pick to the Packers for Aaron Rodgers?
I don't want Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, Aaron with DK and Lockett with the run game? That's tough.
Aaron is 38, and at any moment he wants to retire. I don't want that toxicity.
He wants to retire because he's with Green Bay and they're frustrating. Like, if you put him in with that team, you give him a quality head coach finally. Oh, come on! Like,
you think so? Cool. Okay, that's another topic. So. You think Matt LaFleur is not a good head coach?
I think he's not better than Pete Carroll.
Matt LaFleur is playing with his hands tied because he ain't got no balls. Because Aaron Rodgers runs that organization. Like you said, that's just me personally.
So then I can't call him a good coach then. Like, if I'm a coach, like Phil Jackson was a good coach, but he was able to coach Michael Jordan. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is at the same level as Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still rein players in. That's how I view it. So if like Matt LaFleur can't do that,
that's true.
I feel like for example, Mike Tomlin, I bet you $10, good money. He ain't doing that with Mike. Bet money on him.
No, he wouldn't. Mike Tomlin's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He has a lot of respect across the board from so many different players, the whole entire, whole entire league. I would say with Rodgers and LaFleur, I think what it comes down to is that Rodgers doesn't respect him. I think that's all it comes down to. He doesn't respect him. He's a young guy. He was a GA, or he was a quality control guy with the Redskins or Commanders now. So, but you got guys who came out of that too as well. Like you got a Shanahan, you got your Sean McVay. So I would say age doesn't equate to respect. I think Rodgers is a great talent, But I mean, you got Mike McCarthy, who's doing a good job this season, and things like that, who people rained on. You know, people talked about him not being a good coach. I mean, the Cowboys are doing a great job this season. So at some point, you got to look self in the mirror. I mean, the Cowboys are doing a great job this year. You got to look. I mean, you got to look self in the mirror. You know, you telling me that you lose Devontae and you lose. You know, I know they got some banged up O-line, but you can't win in the NFC North. You can't win in the NFC North because you're talking bad about young guys coming out of college who are trying to get their feet wet, and you're open. I mean, there's nothing wrong with criticism. I love criticism, but behind closed doors and in public, you should be two different people. You should be, hey, raving about these guys, they're getting better. Now, behind closed doors, that's when you talk to them and, you know, try to coach them up and help them to grow in a different way. But in front of the media, you don't need to talk bad about those guys who are, you know, trying to get acclimated to the NFL. I mean, it's tough. How many Justin Jeffersons or Jamar Chases do you see? Those are anomalies. If you're the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now, you'd be able to play with anybody. You should be able to.
I do hear that. It's a similar thing with what I say with Braun. So I will be consistent, but I also do think too it's a little bit of a difference with NBA and NFL. So, yeah. But I could be wrong on that. I'm just gonna make sure I be consistent on this and say that he should be able to play with anybody. So like if the same thing happens next year for Aaron Rodgers on the Packers, I would blame him. But that's why I'm saying for the Seahawks, you may want to let them know, look, we're willing to give you this pick for Aaron Rodgers. Because again, Aaron Rodgers with these weapons, that would be scary. You've seen what he did with a top 10 defense, and some weapons. That's all I'm saying. That was a Super Bowl, and you give him a good coach. Can't be mad at it.
Give me a young guy like a Bryce Young, even a Caleb Williams. I like Caleb Williams as well. Give me a young guy who my team can grow and get behind. I would take that over Aaron Rodgers right now. Aaron Rodgers is talented, but I don't need that personality in my locker room. I don't need that. You can be as talented as you want to be. I don't need that. I don't need that personality in my locker room.
I hear that. I do.
Yeah, I don't. That's all.
I think that's something that a coach can also worry about, but we are going to transition on into the next segment. So hope you all stay tuned because we will be talking about some coaches. So I hope you all enjoy the highlights as we transition. But you know, we will see how that shakes out though. So, but Byron, I greatly appreciate you coming on the show, my boy. We will definitely do this again. You know, he was out and about coaching and whatnot, so we making sure that we bring you back on because football season's ramping. Well, I guess ending in a little while, so you know, make sure we covering up some of the NFL. But before we go, you got anything you want to say?
Nah, man. You know, just everybody have a blessed holiday. You know, be safe. You know, be responsible. You know what you do, how you do it. That's it. You know, definitely good being here. You know, look forward to talking more about the holiday games that come. You know that NBA Christmas is always one of my favorite times. You know, so definitely enjoy NBA Christmas. You know, y'all have a happy holidays and blessed holidays. And, see y'all soon. Appreciate the invite.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I'm not even going to try to follow that. I get everything he said. Hope y'all have a good one, though. Greatly appreciate that, Byron. And everyone have a happy holidays. Tune in next time. See y'all. I appreciate you, my boy.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.